Hey y'all, this is Cardinal, your boy Cardinal on Life with Cardinal on Life. How's everybody doing tonight? Or this afternoon, this evening, or whatever? I just got out of the shower and I'm doing this live for y'all. I just wanted to come on and talk about what I have ordered and got. I have got some new work boots that are cowboy boots and stuff like that. I also got my bike mirrors finally and stuff like that. Now, as you can see, I'm in a new spot as always. No, I haven't always been in this specific area. Okay, but I am trying to make some money to where I can actually get a mini fan and plug it into this specific area. Uh, I'm doing all right for myself, and I am trying to make the best of it for the company, and I'm trying to put money into the company and also invest into the company, meaning buying new stuff, new equipment, and more equipment for the company and for the business, meaning a lawnmower and stuff like that, so I can just keep growing and making that money to invest in more equipment. But hopefully, people will start coming into the chat, and because I'm just gonna basically just hang out until people start, coming into the chat, and stuff like that. But I got the boots right here in front of my desk. Um, Basically, when people start coming into the chat, I can pull them up and show them to you. I do have a picture of the the mirrors on the bike, um, and stuff like that. So it does somewhat good, and it'll invest. Tomorrow I am working. Um, I'm going to a customer's house to help her out because I didn't make it today to get over there. So tomorrow for sure. Probably in between who knows what time. I don't really have a time yet, but that job will still be there. It ain't gonna grow legs and pretty much run off. That job will be there. So um but yeah, I'm actually in a new Pacific spot tonight and this evening and afternoon, trying to make the best of this YouTube video live come out to be a good channel tonight and stuff like that. And I'm actually here in the office tonight. It's a closet office, and it comes out to be that, but hopefully people will start coming into the chat, the live chats and stuff like that, and we can and just going on with this channel. But with this channel, everything should start going up, instead of going diagonally downward. But hopefully this business will go up, and as far as I know, this business is actually growing, but slowly. So you got to start out slow for the business to start going up. So, and you got to save up money to invest into the business, in which within the time the business will actually grow. Now, with that all being said, this YouTube video here live is actually going to be the best bet for you all. So, it is what it's going to be. And when you're in a live chat, or whether or not you're in a live room with the live chat, you might be doing, who knows what you may be doing. But with this live chat here, your business can go from 1 to 10 to where it's like incredibly good, or it can go from 8 to 7, terrible. From 1 to 10, though, you're going to be doing an incredibly good job with your investing and stuff like that. And like I've been saying, that there's always careers out there that people can actually, continue getting or whatever with the business. And so you got to do what you got to do. And it's not easy to be a beginner. It's not easy to start out as your own entrepreneur, or stuff like that, because it's a first beginning start. What's up, Johnny Dog? See, I didn't miss you this time. A lot of times I missed my dad being on the live chat. I don't know where Jeff is. I don't know where hardly anybody is at. But we still got time, because I'm going to try to go from now to about probably 5:30 or over. But I say stuff like that, and then I don't ever do it. But I'm going to try to go from 5:30 to a little bit over. So, but yeah, this is my new office. It's a closet office where I got my work outfits here. I got my work stuff hanging here. I got my little mini fan here, and stuff like that. Now the work boots, that comes later in the video live, because ain't nobody hardly on here. But the mirrors, I did get those. They're on the bike. I don't have them in hand or in reach. But the one thing I do have in reach is my shoes that I just got from Bass Pro, and they were incredibly expensive. But that means they're going to be heavy duty work boots. And the one thing that I will say about them is that they're lightweight. They're not too heavy. They're easy to walk in. They're easy to get on and off. Now, when I first got them, which was today, they are tight, but those are in the arches of my feet, where my arches go in the boot, or in the shoe. It's a little tight there, and I got to break them in. But if I go to work tomorrow, it's gonna be easy to break them in, because I can wear them all day. Now, the old work boots I can still wear, because those are steel toed, but I don't need them as often, because I'm only doing like small things like mowing, weed eating, and stuff like that. But if I'm doing like a big job, then I'm going to use the steel toed. But if it's something like a small job, then that's where the cowboy boots will come through. Long distances, the work boots that I bought today, or that came today, those would be used for a long term. Just a steel toed, I hardly ever need anymore, because I'm not doing nothing where I need those. So the boots that I have as of right now, they are almost like my Durangos that are up here. Now I'm going to tell you, Bass Pro has the Durangos. I also got black cowboy boots, and I got these ones here that will be for work. Those ones are for like if I do something special, like go to church or go out to eat or lunch. This is just a working mechanism type of shoe. But like I said, they are lightweight, well made, and they're called Redheads. If you're interested, they're at Bass Pro. All you got to do is put in something for these Redhead cowboy boots, and they're well made. They have threads or whatever on around the outside of where the toe to where the rubber pieces are, whatever the bottom of the boot is called. Um, they're well made. I wear a size 10, but whatever size you guys have, I'm pretty sure um, Bass Pro carries your size. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, they may not have your size because a lot of places will have your size. Like I'm a 10, so I'm a size 10 in shoes. Um, always have. Well, till now. Uh, well, yeah, I've pretty much always been a size 10. So, with that all being said, here is these are camouflaged on the outside. The inside doesn't have camouflage padding, but the outside of the shoe that gets covered by your jeans or whatever is camouflaged, and then the rest of the boot is brown colored. And like I said, they're almost like Durangos. I don't like the points of boots. Like I got a pair that I can show you later on in this video with shoe wise. The the one work boots I do have, they're outside of the office. But the ones that I have right now in office are my new ones that I just got today. I do, and again, I have a picture of the mirrors, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and show you those as of right now. Um, I'm gonna put you guys on mute right now, and I'll be right back on here. All right, so the mirrors that I had bought today, or got not bought, but um, I got them today and put them on my bike. Excuse that I'm in the picture, but they are actually right here. They just go right onto my handlebar and like that. And it's pretty simple. All that good stuff. I can actually see what's behind me. I don't have to be afraid of anything. It just is right there. So, um, and then the the name brand of the picture of the boot is right here. This is just a side pic of what's on um, the side of my work boot. Redhead and stuff like that. So it is what it is when it comes into shoes, um, and all that good stuff. So it's like you got to do what you got to do to get to where you're going to be getting, and yes, I do know that it's not going to be easy whenever you get into the lawn business. But once you get into the lawn business, you can make however much money you want to make. And then what I do is I just add it up and stuff like that. And I'll just keep adding and adding and adding until I get to a decent amount of money. I can actually go and invest into something else. Kind of like headphones and headsets or whatever. And there's some at Lowe's that I kind of really want to get, which I got to make a decent amount of money first to where I can actually get them. Now, they're 3M and they got a built-in radio system at like FM, AM, all kinds of different, things, and they're Bluetooth. So you'll have like radio and you can have Bluetooth and stuff like that. And then they also come with a eyeglasses, like safety glasses. So they'll come out, they'll come with those and stuff like that. I got a screenshot, but the thing is they're a lot of money. But if I save up, I can actually get them, and that. Believe me, that's what I want, is to save up money and go and get what I want to do what I got to do within the lawn business and stuff like that. When everything starts growing, then I'm never, because that's what, when summer starts hitting, you're cutting every week. Okay. When summer starts hitting and everything starts growing during summertime, you're cutting every week. It's not going to be every 2 weeks. You're cutting every week. Now, when stuff starts slowing down, you're cutting every 2 weeks. But when it gets to about this time, when we have no rain and stuff like that and nothing's growing, you're doing absolutely nothing. That's where you got to come in and find something to do until stuff starts growing and doing what you got to do. So that's where I come in when it comes into a biweekly, cutting or whatever. So you got to kind of invest into what you're doing, because if so, you're not doing what you need to do when it comes into that type of or tilling or retelling or whatever. So you got to kind of, go with that flow. And when you got to get with it, you're going with it. You're not stopping, you're not slowing down, you're always going to be working. That's from whatever time you're starting from. Like if you're starting from now to about, like if you're starting like from the time that you get up, like 6:50, coming on to like 7 o'clock, and you're trying to load up your trailer and stuff, and you're wanting to leave by 9 o'clock, you're gonna leave by 8. Okay, so you can get on a job by 10 o'clock or 9. And you're wanting to be done by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or six, probably by 7:30. Beating dark. You're gonna make a decent amount of money by that time. That you're, by the time that you're quitting. So, with no doubt, you're gonna make a decent amount of money. No matter if you're on a bike or having a truck and having to save up for for your 2-cycle engine equipment, your regular fuel, stuff like that. But you got to invest into your gas. Now, if you're using another client's equipment, like their mower, while you're using your weed eater and blower, they're gonna be paying for their gas, but then you got to pay for your own 2-cycle equipment stuff. So, see where you kind of see where I'm trying to get at with this. So now back into the shoe ordeal. This is what I bought. My aunt kind of helped me. She's in the picture. There's 2 pairs down here, but you only got to go buy 1 pair. So, but of course, when you buy a shoe, you don't get 1 pair of a shoe. You get both. But you get this and then you get that. So this is the outside. The inside's in here. As you can tell, you can't see the inside of the boot, but it's there. They just come up straight, and then that this is a square toe work boot. So it's a incredibly a good. And like I said, if you hold them like this, they're about like the Durangos and stuff like that. And then you got the heel of the boot and stuff like that. I did wear them just to try to break in. They don't have no miles on them yet, but they will whenever work starts or whatever. They will get quite a bit of miles, and stuff like that. And then over time they'll get wore out, and you got to buy a new pair. So, but this is a good brand. If you want Redhead, go and buy them. I don't sponsor anything, but these are the Redheads, work boots and stuff like that. But they're really nice. They're lightweight, not too heavy, and they're not steel. They're not steel toed, but you don't need it unless you're doing like the heavy type of work that I do. So then you got to look at the bottom, and they're not slip resistant, but you're not getting rocks or whatever into the crevices of the bottom of the boot. So um, it's just easy as that. This is the work shoe, as you can see. And once they don't have no miles on them yet, but they will eventually. Um, if you want to buy a pair, you can go right for it. But then you got your whole ordeals of showing mirrors and stuff like that, and then your work shoes and stuff like that. So it's a whole thing with you want to make sure the shoes fit you when you go and buy them. If they're too tight, like tighter than anything, you can go and probably estrange them for a bigger size. I'm pretty sure. Um, but I'm a 10, so I just got a size 10. They were a little tight when I first got them. I'm still working on, breaking them in, which I got all day to do that tomorrow because I'm going to be working. So, and they don't have no miles on them yet, but they sure will whenever I start working. But these are a good brand of a boot. So, is what I'm hearing. And I'm not gonna lie, but whenever I looked them up, they had all kinds of good stars all the way across the screen. So I'm pretty sure Redhead is a good shoe. Um, Now they do if you're into a boot that has two holes on the outside, that's fine. If you're not a big fan of whatever they call this on the outside, the loops, to where you can just stick your hand in, pull them up on your feet, that's fine too. If you're, like I said, if you're a big fan of the holes that they have outside, like I kind of am, uh, but these are the only ones that I could find and I was happy with. So I just went with these. And they're a lot nicer than whatever I have up here, up on the shelf. So go get you a good pair of work boots, man. They'll last you a lifetime, and they'll get some miles and good uses, and stuff like that. But thank you all for watching. I will be back on here sometime Friday, possibly Saturday if I don't make it on here Friday. So probably keep a close eye out on YouTube to see if I'm on here or not. And God bless y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry that my uncle and everybody didn't show up, but at least thanks for tuning in and watching. If you need a good pair of work boots, you can come get Redhead or whatever you want, Durangos or whatever boots they're out there. So, or steel toed, whatever. Red Wings are a good work boot. I got somebody that lives down the road that's got them, and stuff like that. Shout out goes to Andrew. He wears those, and but I mean, thanks for watching, and tune in for more videos if need be. And I will go to work tomorrow, and I'll give you probably Friday or Saturday. Keep a close eye out, and on a review of how I like these boots. So, I mean, as far as I know, because I wore them around the house today outside, that they are going to be a good boot, and they're not heavy. They're not, you know, yeah, they're not heavy at all, but they are lightweight. So that's what I appreciate wearing something that's lightweight, not too heavy. So, to where I can actually run and not trip over anything. So, but yeah, thanks for tuning, and keep a close eye out for Friday or Saturday one, and I should be back on here. So, um, yeah, keep making money, keep growing, uh, and keep on mowing. Cardinal Life out.